Cruise lines are officially preparing for the 2024 hurricane season. In today's video, I'm going to go over all of the steps that the cruise lines are taking to ensure your overall safety and vacation satisfaction, and so that you are well informed of what happens should you be on a cruise and a hurricane is in the area. So, if you happen to be taking a cruise between now and fall of 2024, there is a chance that your cruise could potentially be affected in some way, shape, or form by either a tropical storm or a hurricane. And naturally, you are worried that your ship's going to get caught in the storm, you're going to get hit by a rogue wave, your ship will sink, and now you've disappeared to the shadow realm, never to be seen again. And then Hollywood makes a movie about you. However, have no fear, the cruise lines are prepared to avoid all of that from happening. For many, cruising during hurricane season to hotspot areas like the Caribbean and Bermuda are almost unavoidable. It does encompass a very popular cruising season, that of which being summer. It encompasses a couple different holidays. For many, it's also the only time they can get off work to spend time with the entire family. And on top of that, there are typically a lot of cruise deals that you can indulge in, primarily because a lot of people are fearful of taking a cruise during hurricane season. However, you don't have to be, because I'm going to go over the pretty solid protocols that cruise lines have for hurricanes. For starters, all major cruise lines have an in-house 24-hour weather team consisting of navigators, former sailors, and all types of professionals that understand the weather and how it affects the ocean very well. They are also in constant contact with the captains operating on every single cruise ship. As an added measure, they're also in contact with the NHC, the National Hurricane Center. If you happen to be on a cruise ship heading to a tropical destination, port of call, or island when a hurricane is in the area, obviously a lot of things do have to take place, because there are realistically three options as far as what the cruise lines can do. They can either delay until the storm goes away, they can reroute to potentially another destination, or they can cancel that destination altogether. As you could imagine, in your popular ports like Cozumel, Mexico, and Nassau, Bahamas, there are multiple ships that are planned to be over in that destination that day, so everybody's trying to see if there is essentially a parking spot or a dock, a berth over in that area for the ship to fit in. If unfortunately there is no space available at the alternative port and there are no other alternative ports, then that day that was supposed to be a port day, a day on land, will turn into a sea day, in which the cruise lines now have to make additional plans for that sea day. However, regardless of what happens in either of those scenarios, a lot still has to be done. The cruise lines have to cancel their day over at that original port in which there was a hurricane, meaning excursions have to be canceled. You are given a refund for your excursion. You're probably wondering if you're going to get a refund for that day you were supposed to be hanging out in that specific port. You had plans to drink margaritas all day at a $50 all-inclusive resort, but now it's not happening. Believe it or not, whenever you book a cruise, you do sign a contract, a term of agreement, in which if a port is missed, especially due to weather, the cruise lines are not obligated to compensate you, but there is a small chance that they will give you something along the lines of maybe a $100 cruise credit per cabin, or maybe some other type of amenity to make up for that cruise port that you missed. Also, on the cruise lines end, there was a possibility for a reloading of food and supplies in that destination or island in which there is now a tropical storm or hurricane. So if they end up running out of lobster tails or toilet paper on your affected cruise, then you know why. I'm joking. Also keep in mind that there were crew members that were finishing their 9 to 12 month contracts that were scheduled to get off the ship and fly out of that destination. There were also crew members that were joining the ship in that destination, all of which in their flights have to be rescheduled to the next destination that the cruise ship is going to. As you can see, there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to cruise ships in storms. And what's crazy about all this, you as the passenger will not find out about any changes until the last possible second. Why? Because the cruise lines will always try to ensure the satisfaction of all the guests, meaning they will try in the event there is a port change or a cancellation or any kind of delay. They want to make sure it is 100% confirmed before they let all of you know. The best way you can find out about all of this, if they don't contact you, they do have, of course, a hotline as well as an email. That way you are always informed of what's going on. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative or valuable in some kind of way, and hopefully alleviated some of the worries and stresses you might have of cruising during hurricane season. Of course, if you did, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button on your way out. And of course, know as usual, I love and appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.